What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's cold as hell today. Oh man, it is freezing. And when I'm telling you freezing, I'm not talking about like 50 degrees. No, it's like 38 degrees. It is 38 degrees in Florida, guys. Oh, you could feel that. So just picture, 38-degree weather. Beautiful skies, can't complain about that. It's just another beautiful day. And that, I'll take it. So, I'm on a 2024 Yamaha R1, and I want to talk about this motorcycle a bit. It's blue, it's race inspired, has generations in the family alongside other makes. But this beautiful bike runs great. I definitely am getting more used to it. I am very, very curious about attending like racing courses, because I looked into that and it seems like it may be possible for me to attend like an entry-level course just to get a better hang. So that's definitely on my list for this year. Let me know down on the comments if you're interested in seeing something like that, because I definitely am. I haven't done anything to this motorcycle at all. Not yet. I don't even have any crash protection. I mean, I think literally this is the only crash protection I have, and that's about it. Yeah, because I had some in the rear, but I took them off. I ended up removing them. I wanted to get a different style, a GP slider style, where it's a little more flush with the arm instead of protruding outwards, because if it falls, just in case, I don't want anything to happen to the swing arm. So, but it's on the works. Brakes are still stock. Haven't done nothing to this bike. I haven't even messed with the suspension settings on this motorcycle. The only thing I have done so far was just chain cleaning, oil change for the break-in, and that's about it. Besides that, nothing else. Well, can't forget the Yami sock here. That's the most important upgrade. So yeah, I haven't done anything. I haven't done anything on it, and I definitely want to this year, and I can't wait. Like, I am so excited because the day is coming. I just want to take my time to be able to enjoy it properly, because I don't want to do like how I did with the R3 and the R7, where I got it and already day one I pretty much bought everything. I bought an exhaust. Well, R3, you really don't do much on that thing. I mean, you just exhaust. Everything else is cosmetic crash protection. On the R7, same thing, but there's a little bit more. You got air filter, tune, and it does give it that extra oomph. I'm going this way. Yeah, it does give it that extra oomph, especially when unlocking the R7. So especially on something like this, going from 2 cylinders and then, my first 4-cylinder 1,000 liter motorcycle, I didn't want to take that big jump, because like I said, I just really want to enjoy taking my time to develop the respect for this motorcycle, just like the other two. Because I'll tell you right now, if I would have started on this one right here, yes, I'm sure it would have been okay. But you can never say you're too sure, just because throttle response on this motorcycle is more sensitive, and the horsepower is exponentially more than an R3. So the day will be coming. I will be doing more mods on this motorcycle, and along the way I want to record myself doing the installations and such, just in case if anybody's ever interested. I don't mind, you know, maybe pointing out something that to me may be normal, but for somebody else it's something where they never seen before, and vice versa. I mean, shoot, whoever watches the videos, any pointers that you can put down, I love them. I love them because we're all human, so we're still all in the learning process. Nobody knows everything. So we, you know, the better we can work together is the better that we can succeed in not only achieving obstacles, but like, man, completely clearing them. So like, you know, things that some people like took long times to learn, let's say in the motorcycle engine or something like that, it's like, hey, just put a little pointer out. It's like, it's just a little bit of information, and a little bit goes a long way. It's not worth just keeping it all to yourself, especially for money. Oh gosh, definitely not for that. Come on. And also, can't forget the video games. So I mean, I do talk about a couple of technological gadgets here and there, mostly video games, of course. And I like that part, just because there's not a lot of people that play video games. And let's put it like this: most people nowadays prefer to watch somebody play a video game. And I'm not saying that every time I cover a game I'm gonna be covering everything from start to finish, which I don't know, maybe I might change later in the future, but for now I don't like the whole experience of spoiling a game. So I kind of like to do the introductory little taste for you guys, so that way it's like, oh, you know, it's a little interesting, let me check it out, you know, nice ride and nice settings and things like that. And you know, let me look into more of that game, let me Google it up, you know, check out some more videos of the gameplay and such, which I definitely want to do that as well. Which, before I talk about the game on this video, I'm not the best editor, but I'm trying, okay? So it's a learning process for everybody, and I'm definitely learning as I go. So this video will be the first attempt at me adding video game play, so that way it becomes a little more, not, I mean, yes, yeah, definitely more interesting, because, you know, talking about a game and not visually showing somebody makes a big difference. And especially me, I'm a big visual learner, so I can listen to, you know, a podcast and I can think about it, and I can visually like picture that, you know, it's gonna be, oh yeah, I get it, you know, I get the podcast, I see what they're talking about, it makes sense. Then hold on, before I blow a tranny. Oh, the whole motor, that's right, everything's all together on this. Adding that little extra element, in which I definitely, okay, when I first started, that was definitely my idea before. So that was my original idea, was to like kind of talk about some video games, ride some motorcycle, kind of have some visual aid as to what I'm talking about. But you know, as I start editing on the computer, I start understanding that it's not as simple as you think. So But never mind this. We'll learn along the way, guys. I'm riding on a beautiful blue Yamaha motorcycle. And I want to talk about a game that covers not only motorcycles, but cars. It's a cars game. And I think it's a very important one that a lot of people probably don't play. And you should. I played the first one. Now I definitely had a whirl with the second one. And I got a lot of good things to say. And this game is Hot Wheels Unleashed 2. I did play this on the PlayStation 5. The original Hot Wheels Unleashed 1. I played that on the Xbox Series X. Like the first one, the graphics are amazing. They look good. They look good. I mean, the game, the car models, some car models do pop out more than others. I'm not gonna say it's perfect. It's not a Gran Turismo. It's not a Horizon level of detail. But you could tell that the creator took their time to get as much detail of every single car. Of course, I imagine they were all 3D scanned. They all have the data on the computer. But the smoothing of the lines, the way that the game itself, like the levels are so interesting. I mean, one second you're outside riding on the track alongside the other players, and you're going on a loop-de-loop, and you're going from the grass area all the way up to a table, and somehow the table makes a jump, and all of a sudden you're back inside the house, riding inside the kitchen. Or, you know, you're probably in an arcade room riding around the whole track, and alongside that you see statues and you see arcade machines playing in the background. Such beautiful detail. It makes you feel the smallness that you're in a Hot Wheels car, which is relatively small, to such a huge world. So I think it's one of those games that when you pick up, it's simple enough to enjoy. I don't know what it is about certain, because I will definitely put this there. Look, all children, this is all for kids, right? There's certain games that I will put into the children category because you could tell that it's designed for children. This is definitely one of them. So by that, I don't mean the simplicity. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is that these are games that they make them so long that you will be playing the same game for maybe 2 years. And, you know, for a kid, you won't feel it. Maybe for an adult, it's a little different. You could always indulge into it, play with family, friends. But when you got constantly new games coming out and you want to move on, you know, you don't want to stay playing that game. You know, by the time you beat that game, there's probably Unleashed 3. It's not that it's huge. I just feel like it's a little bit longer than what it needs to be. I mean, it plays out like a checkerboard. You know, you run from peg to peg, and then as you beat each battle, you can progress forward. Along the way, you have special missions that only are unlocked whenever you beat certain requirements. So you can go, it won't let you go, let's say, upwards, but then as you play a couple of levels elsewhere, eventually it'll pan the camera around, unlock it, and then you'll be able to progress you know, in that direction. The storyline is very simple. There are some creatures that were unleashed, let's say, by a scientist, by a mad scientist. And the only way for you to stop them, because they're going to destroy the city. So instead of, sending the army, sending somebody from Area 51 over to solve the issue, like you should, you basically have a group of kids that get into Hot Wheels, and they are shrunk with the monsters, so that way you can defeat them in miniature form. In which right away, like I said, it's a children's game. I don't wanna put it down. But if you shrink the monsters, can't you just put them inside a box? Hey, that's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say, okay? That's all I gotta say. But no. So you're going behind them, and you gotta play different levels. Of course, once you complete enough levels, you get to the boss levels. Once you do the boss levels, it's not like you're fighting the actual monster per se. The way that they do it is by having it's like a countdown status bar up top, and it'll go down gradually. As it goes down on the track, there are some markers that when you hit them, it resets that timer. So the whole point of the battle itself is to not let that status bar go all the way down. Therefore, it's like they do their special attack and then game over. So the way you win is by constantly hitting the markers, and you have to hit a certain number. So as you keep going and you get closer to it, of course the status bar goes down faster and faster, making it a little bit challenging. The game was not too bad. There's a lot of variety of Hot Wheels out there. I did not unlock all of them, because some of them you unlock as you play the game. A lot of them you unlock with money. And not only are they Hot Wheels brands, but you'll see all makes and models of Hot Wheels. So that's also very cool to see their version of an iconic car, for example. But there are a lot of you already get a lot of options when you start the game. So the only ones that will really pop out are certain requirements that are needed for some races. So some races will call for a swift vehicle, or some races will call for a rocket. Some will call for like a big, like monster truck style vehicle. So for those, either you have to keep playing the game until you unlock one of those vehicles and you can go back, or you can go ahead and go to the shop, purchase a vehicle pack with one of them being the requirement, and you can proceed onward. So it does give you a lot of options. Very colorful game, very enjoyable. Thumbs up. I definitely recommend this game. You can actually get it on the PlayStation Network for free with the PS Plus plan. So if you have it, you can download it right away. I'm not 100% sure if they still have the first one available as well, but if you wanted to try it out, you can. It's a great game, but Part 2, you get the upgrades. Comparison to Part 1, I don't really notice too much of a difference. I didn't try any of the other game modes, so I didn't try, a party mode. I didn't try any of that online competitive. I just solely played on storyline, like single player mode. So the only thing that differs between the first one and the second one is the story mode itself. And fun little fact, the second one, there are some monsters from the storyline that you will see in Netflix's Hot Wheels show. So just a thought, and that's because my youngest son loves that show, and when watching it, I did notice some of the monsters. So that was pretty interesting. So if you're a Hot Wheels fan, you can check that out as well. But yeah, I love this game. This game was really good, really good. You can turn up the graphic settings once you activate 120 Hz mode. You turn up all the fidelity to max, resolution preferred, and all that good stuff. I mean, the game will really pop out. I did try a bit of a sample with the 120 Hz off, and it is a big difference. I'm talking about when you take a drift, you notice that smoothness of that fast-paced action without the loss of quality. So if you like the video, hit like, subscribe. Let me know down in the comments if you guys played this game as well. What other game would you recommend that's a racing style game? Of course, we got Gran Turismo, the OG. Then we also have the Xbox's Horizon. So can't go wrong with those. I also heard of another game called Assetto Corsa, which I haven't played that yet, but I hear that it's a really good one. So let me know if anything else, and I'll check you guys out on the next one. Later.